Guys, Jack Harkness here. So I've got a couple of flavors for you today, one of which I've tasted, one of which I haven't. We're going to start with the new one. It's called Cannoli Be One, and both of these flavors come from a shop that I found in Monee, Illinois. That's kind of in the Chicago greater metropolitan area, whatever you want to call it. Uh, and this first one, like I said, is called Cannoli Be One. It is in a dropper bottle typically, but since I drive truck, I tend to have them switch most of the flavors that are in dropper bottles into unicorn bottles. So flavors that I get from them, a lot of the times you'll see them in these clear unicorn bottles with the flavor name written on it. So this is Cannoli Be One. I tend to do 6 nic, so that kind of gives you an idea of where I'm sitting at on the flavors. And this one is supposed to taste like an actual real cannoli. So we'll give it a shot and see what it tastes like. Okay, so I get a lot of that kind of nice flaky, crusty flavor on the inhale and just a little bit of that powdered sugar that goes on the outside of a cannoli. And then on the exhale, that's where that custard flavor is that you would typically find inside of a cannoli. It's a lighter flavor. It's not necessarily the strongest flavor. I tend to like a lot stronger flavors. But that is always sort of luck of the draw with a lot of these flavors. I don't remember the brand, but it's one that you can definitely find at Cool Clouds Vapor. And you might be able to find it online. I don't know. I haven't really looked. Overall, I wouldn't quite call it a cannoli, but it is definitely cannoli reminiscent. Now this next one is by Chubby Bubble, and it is a melon flavor. It's one I've tasted before, so when I had a chance to go back to the shop, I had to buy another bottle. And this one does come in a unicorn bottle. It is Chubby Bubble, and this one is like a freshly ripe honeydew with just a little bit of kiwi, or at least that's what I taste on the back end. And again, this is out of the Mystique iJoy. Guys, if you like mesh coils, this is a completely disposable tank, mesh coil inside, so when it's burnt out, you don't have to go through all the hassle of taking apart your tank and cleaning it out and putting a new coil in. You just take the coil, you just take the tank off, throw it away, and pop a new tank on there. So it's not the strongest honeydew melon flavor. It's more like a honeydew that just barely became ripe, but is still ripe and nice and flavorful. And then on the very end, it's just a very, very faint touch of that honeydew. Or, sorry, not that honeydew, that kiwi at the end. And so it's something you definitely got to pay attention for. It's a very good flavor. It's not as strong as some of the other ones that I like, but it is definitely a good flavor. I would definitely recommend it to people. Now, the cool thing about Cool Clouds Vapor is they've got 3 or 4 shops, one in the Monee area, one in Tinsley Park. They're all in the greater Chicago area. The cool thing, though, about them is that all of the juices they sell are at 0 nic, and then they add their nicotine in per your request. And I think you can go up to, don't quote me on this because I might be wrong, 24 milligrams. Like I said, I stick to about a 6. So that's something cool if you get a chance to go in. out of the two, my recommendation would be the Chubby Bubble Melon. Chubby's pretty good about their flavors, though, so you'd probably find something you like out of any of the Chubbies. So that's what I've got for you today. This is Captain Jack Harkness. Thanks for watching.